Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Tales of Arise. This is episode 54. We are on Lineagus. Mysterious power. Potential boss fight. Who dis? I'm gonna swap stuff around real quick. We're gonna go back to Rinwell and Kisara. Let's see how this goes. Boop. It's Faria. And she's dead-eyed.
How did you get in here? Wait, something about her isn't right.
Yeah, she's got the same dead eyes as...
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
That's a master core. What are you doing? What are you doing? What you touching? What you touching? Why you touching? What is this? What the fuck? That's a thing.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
Tormented limbs.
I've never known Faria to control Doogles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Doogles, then we get some answers.
Aim for the weak point! Freeze Lancer! The flames will roar! I will
What?
feel!
That hit?
I'll be saving this healing circle!
I owe you one.
On guard! Hurricane!
Vacuum blade!
Dance in the wind! By the
Dragon
power of
Swarm!
steel!
Invincible Hostile!
Good shot! In here! Healing circle! First aid!
I want to hit its... Ooh!
Thanks, Kisara!
I'm not done!
Air thrust!
Be still! Strike!
Hurricane strike!
Void flash!
Lightning strike! Explosion! Light axe purge the
Lightning thrust! Void flash!
Hurricane strike!
Strike!
In here!
Void flash!
I'll be saving this one! More with that
Be still! Strike!
Violent guarding wind!
Void flash! Strike! Void flash!
Dance in the wind! Increase the soul! Oh, violent guarding wind! Healing carve now!
Ignite!
Steel force!
Strike!
More with that
Glacial
hit!
stare!
Here's the evil!
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Lancer! Here's the healing heart!
Damn.
Hurricane! Between heaven and earth!
Take this!
You're all wailing dancing lightning!
Now, while it's reeling!
Nice! Broke the core already.
Going in!
Sword Ring Alpha! Try harder! Not a chance! No, it's...
Sleep now!
No, it's
Burning! Turn your blade!
There!
Hurricane strike!
Coming through!
There we go.
Ah! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help? Steel glacial fire! Light astral energy!
Armor won't save you!
Lion power!
You're mine! This time! Eat dirt!
Gemini Aqua!
Here I come!
Make it rain! Lightning Horn! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here I go!
You're mine!
Help this! Hurricane strike!
Its freaking core hasn't even restored yet. There we go.
That move!
Here comes the big one!
I'll be saving this one! First blah blah blah! Aw, fear! Here! Let me help! More for the
Void
stockpile!
flash!
I'll
Oh.
heal you all!
Take
Whirling
this!
struggle! Healing circle!
Now you see what I
Winds
can
of
do!
heaven! Look sharp!
In a vine?
Need to pull myself
Denied.
together.
You may be strong,
Nope.
but I'll never back down! I'm not done!
Flaming meteor!
The flame inside me is yours to be let free! My turn! Strike!
This one's mine! Burning
Dragon Swarm!
Havoc!
I was gonna say, why the fuck are you healing me?
Lightning thrust! Strike!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun. No way.
I mean, yeah. Wait.
Burn! I owe you one.
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Vacuum blade!
Ready and ready.
Dragon swarm!
I'll smash you.
Here I come!
Think you can
No
fly?
escape!
Hurricane flight.
Whirling gust!
Dragon swarm!
Blizzard blow! Winds of heaven! Burst forth! I'm all stuffed up!
Dazzle!
Seal!
Point
Flame of
blast!
fury!
Strike!
Illuminate the
Water!
dark! Hear my call!
Strike! Point blast! Stay away from my friend! Dragon swarm!
Freeze lancer! I'll bring you back!
I'm nearly done for.
Dragon swarm!
Here, let me help!
I have to train
First
harder.
aid!
Enough of the flame inside me! Yours to be
It's
let
weakened!
Gonna say,
This ends now!
Blizzard bloom! Here, let
Dragon
me help! I'm almost impressed!
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Kisara for the life of her cannot stay up in this fight. She's just getting bodied.
Scarlet Inferno!
An outstanding effect.
Will this help? Wind astral energy!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Thanks, Shion.
This isn't looking good.
More
Flaming meteor!
Radiant freeze!
Come on!
I can do it all! I'll heal you all! Sleep now! Here's circle!
Take it!
This one!
No escape!
Lightning with the raging gun!
No further!
Power of blood! Know where that came from!
Here I come!
Sleep now!
Flame inside me! Yours to be let free!
Spread!
There!
Here, now you help me! More with that power of blood! Can't very well!
Strike!
I'll take you all
I was gonna say, is Kisara gonna finish it off? I think she's gonna.
Flare Demolisher!
Here's a healing wind!
Strike! I owe you one.
Make it break! Astral
close.
energy!
Say no more.
Alright. That wasn't too bad.
Now it's just her. Faria, can you hear me? Faria.
Thank you for the GG.
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Since when has that been a thing?
Forgive me.
Since when has casting astral arts takes a great toll on the body? What? They haven't said shit about that this entire
Man, I
game.
thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Again, the
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
you? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about
But-
Tarnigan, about how he really died.
the reason why he's stalking
idea.
us is
And you
just
believed me?
as a
What makes you so sure
Oh.
I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a
Well,
little better than that,
anyways.
Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
do I want pizza rolls? I mean, I'll eat some pizza rolls, yeah.
He seems like a
I
good
don't want like
friend.
30,000
He
pizza
hasn't
rolls,
changed.
but I'll eat some pizza.
He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria.
Right?
As for Tarnagan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn
If it weren't for
hierarchy that makes it
himself,
possible.
he'd still be
Well,
alive.
that's why we're fighting.
There wasn't a
To put
there
an
wasn't
end
a
to this
situation
whole
where
messed up
he,
system that treats
like,
people
the
as
two of them were
expendable.
not put in a room and said
Indeed.
only one of you gets to
Ridding
walk the
society
fuck
of
out
this
of here.
blight is really the only way I
His
know how to atone for my
ambition
sins.
killed him because he
You
would
can't
not
atone,
stop trying to
Dohalim.
fight Dohalim. So,
I know it hurts to hear,
bullshit.
but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that.
Give me the
Forgiveness,
pause.
acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
Yes.
No, the opposite, in fact. You
Did you
remember.
bite me?
You
Did you
never
nibble?
forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about.
Bite
Being
me,
able to
or-
still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
You fighting for
thank
being
you.
weird.
You have my deepest
So
gratitude
gentle
for
with
what
these
you did
nibbles.
for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
All
I'm
right,
glad we could stop
Dohalim's
Faria
character
without
arc
hurting her.
finished.
You all did much for her as well.
That was fine, but like,
Shucks. We're on the same team, right?
here's an issue that I have with this. Avakir, we didn't hear about Avakir at all, right? We saw Faria and Tanagan, whatever the dead guy's name is. We saw those two in a Dohalim flashback, right? But I don't. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I don't think that they said anything about Avakir at all. Avakir only exists as a plot device so that in this particular moment, someone aside from Dohalim can take care of Faria so that we can continue on our mission. That kind of plot convenience, suspension of disbelief, yada yada yada. It's that whole shtick, but
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
of course.
Certainly seem that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet.
I feel like
Whoever that is.
while we
Brainwashed
do
or
know that
otherwise,
Law is
the
correct,
feelings
I
of
feel like
resentment
Law
she holds
always
towards me
says
are
the
real.
Red Woman to
Someone
everything.
used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
Okay. Okay. You got Coke? You got Coke? Does Mama have Coke?
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
I kind of wish we were just
The wheel
hearing
of
from
Dana's astral
Brinwell's
energy.
perspective instead of her occasionally telling us, oh, hey, I hear a thing. Just let me hear what Rinwell hears. A la this? Oh, we're having flashbacks again. Gotcha. Answers. Oh, the thorns. That's what it's gonna be. The thorns have taken over
There's so much
Rena.
astral energy.
Like,
But where's it all coming from? It's almost like
I'm building ideas
it's
here.
alive.
Pretty sure that's gonna be part of what it is. There we go. There's the thorns. It's darkness. Okay. Tainted. Evil. Gotcha. Alphen's like frozen. It wasn't Alphen that caused all the death and destruction at that point. It was her. She's the one who caused all the death and destruction. Oh, no. No.
Alphen!
Well, fuck. Give me them haunches. That's a perfect snack right there. I could eat that. I could eat that. Oh, you gonna get me? You mad?
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now.
He mad?
No, it was more than that.
I'm gonna eat. Oh,
What the
he
hell
says,
was
"I bite
that?
you, Papa."
It felt like
He says
everything
no.
was on the brink of... Like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of
bitey
impenetrable
shit.
darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
Little bitey boy.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to
Little bitey
describe
boy.
it. The end of time.
No, Papa's fucking with him.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
It looks like he felt that a
Everything
little
we
bit.
just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us.
He
At
mad.
least I know they weren't mine.
Mad, Mama.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns.
Well, no shit.
They're
It
what's
was
responsible
literally
for
a
all
bunch
these
of black
visions she's been having.
thorns.
Then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption.
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago.
Well, no, not.
No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral
Did we,
energy
though?
so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
I remember when this game was
Shion's
just
right.
about
All we can do is
oppression
keep going.
and rebellion and
These really are Naori's memories we're
freedom
watching.
and
There could be truths in them I was never
now
aware
we
of.
got live streams and
And I think they may
dark
be the kinds of truths I need to
galaxy
confront if we're going to keep
destroyers.
fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically
Every
for
single
us.
cutscene followed by.
What do you
Yeah.
make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
That was
Maybe
not
it's
her
trying to
thought.
tell
That
us
was
something.
Renwell's thought.
But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like
Most
seeing
JRPGs
dead
ramp up from
people,
something
messages
not
from
world
beyond the
ending to
grave,
something world ending.
ghost type stuff.
Sure, sometimes, right?
That's your
But
grand theory?
a lot of
That
times
we're
that
being haunted?
world ending thread
Come
is
on, Maul.
introduced
Wait,
towards the middle
he
of
might
the game,
be closer
right?
to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and
Or
deeds
it's
were to
introduced
somehow
as
become
like a
indelibly etched into the
mid-game
ether of a place?
concept.
And what if
in
those
the
with a
beginning
connection could
of
then
this game-
somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was?
Very loud,
Some
love.
kind of message someone left here for us?
Bruh.
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
All right, here we go. Did it have to just walk me in very slowly? Is it
Soon,
like trying to
we
build
might very
tension
well
or
learn the
something?
truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
Oh shit, is this the... Ah!
Just
Ah!
need a little time first.
Gotcha. Understood. Let's put in a hard save then. Right, other than that though, yeah, I'm fucking ready to go. Let's go. Let's fucking go, Odie. Oh,
Soon,
I touched that foot.
we might very well learn the truth behind I have to be ready to face anything. I'm determined to save Shion and Dana.
All right.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
I was gonna say, as we walked up, I was like, that looks exactly like. Ready for the info dump? I am super ready for the info dump. I am... Dude, I'm fucking telling you, I want the answers to this
This
fucking
looks
game.
like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Look at that boy. Look at that boy.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Seems very strange.
Doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe.
Right?
But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, They can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, sovereigns and forbidden zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose.
Give me that
Why
lake.
it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
All right. We can't go past the cords. Aha.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait,
Yeah.
there's more. Research
They're
into
hot.
utilizing force field crystals for
Thank
the
you.
purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait,
What is it? Did you find something?
it's a list of names, with the title Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Hey! Why are you so surprised? I don't understand why there's shock here.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Wait, what? What do you mean re-engineered?
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
I mean, experimented on? Re-engineered? Re-engineered
Test
makes it
subject
seem
number
like they grew him or something.
10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA.
Volron.
Given name, Volron.
Fucking knew it.
Volron?
Easy peasy.
But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown
Little
contest?
nuggets of lava.
Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post, and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
Okay, sure.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who
Right.
was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
Naori?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme.
You're right. They had Rinwell steal it from him.
She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
You think?
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately.
Okay, so we actually got no new information here.
I've
We-
barely
that
managed to
all of
scratch the
this
surface,
was
mind you.
actually
Won't be
no
able to
new
read through it
information.
all, but you're welcome to
Other
take a
than the
look through
fact
what
that
you can while we're
maybe
here.
Alphen was whatever re-engineered means.
I'll do that.
But none of the
this
rest
is
of it is new information.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years.
I guess the only
So
2
why is
sovereigns
the
thing, but
experiment
we were
only
already kind of
succeeded
like
twice in
hinted
all
at
this
that
time?
so far,
And
so...
if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim,
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah.
It's kind of like an
We wouldn't
internal
just sit by
decision.
and watch you spiral out of control.
That's
Well,
right.
no.
No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
if you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Back to being everybody super supportive. Alright, what do we got? It's info dump time. Master cores. Master cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belong to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these master cores, those with earth, water, fire, air, wind, and light, are loaned to Renan lords at the time of the crown contests. Wait, what? Earth, fire. Oh, I did not realize Cyslodia was light. I thought Cyslodia was ice. But that makes more sense now. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renus Alma is ready to be formed. Underneath Master Core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purposes of astral energy. Okay. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renus Alma materializes. Be advised that active Master Cores may resonate with other Master Cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Due to successful regeneration of the Renus Alma, Master Cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. In terminals, Okay. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy builds still pending. Aha. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as lords vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of 5 elemental realms to administer a corresponding master core, also assigned to an ID crest indicating their designated element. Okay, variables such as age have no bearing. Only the strongest go on to become lords. Be noted, however, the lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a master core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It's not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in the position, a replacement must be prepared. Okay. Volron. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with strong distaste for following orders. Risk it poses surpasses even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a... Okay. Alright. Large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign Maiden and Renis Alma within the central core of Linagus. Okay. We don't want to do that. Totally an ice spell? Well, okay. Fuck off. I hate you. That's rude. Yeah, but, okay, here. Indignation, I've always thought of Indignation as a lightning spell, not a light spell, right? And lightning... So that's kind of where Tales of Arise has taken a bit of a strange turn as compared to other Tales games. I talked about this previously, right? About how other Tales games are really involved with the elements and the elemental spirits or summons or whatever you want to call them. So in all the prior Tales games, there is a spirit of lightning and a spirit of wind, but in this version, there's only one of those. So kind of a different situation. I had assumed that wind and lightning were both under wind, and light was its own specific thing, but I don't know that that's the case in this particular game. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the wedge. Okay. Interesting. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. So this is Alphen's mask. pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized. Mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Due to loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Linnaeus, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Okay, so just oh, we made this for a specific reason. Okay, whatever. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Damons alike to enslavement. Serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Done so by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be this style of rule. Once the subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their personal safety. Okay, so that's just a little bit of like textual explanation for some of the things that we have encountered, but none of it's really like big, strong answers to questions. Unfortunate. Gotta check the corners. Life bottles. Nice. I remember this place. Like logs of alignment between subjects and Linnaeus proper. Okay, so no other real information here. Gotcha. Onwards we go. Flashback.
Restaurant is named Fennel Feast.
Naori,
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further.
Any further?
Let yourself go to sleep.
Yeah, but why is my mind tearing
This
itself
should
apart?
help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But...
But I have to. It's my only choice.
If I don't head back, Lennigus will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough.
None of these are answers. None of these cutscenes are answers.
Live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
Yes, you don't have to tell me that. I
She
understood
sure
what
went
it was.
above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time.
Yes, game, I
It was
understand
all
that.
the
You've already
result of
explained
one
that to me.
agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah, I watched the agonizing decision. You don't have to then
Yeah.
repeat it to me.
If it weren't for her,
Like I'm a child.
I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
By progressing and getting
She
some
kept
actual
her promise.
answers.
If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight.
Because we're going to be the good guys and we're going to save
Naori was the
literally
one who
everyone
put
that we can.
mask on me and made me Iron Mask.
Iron Mask.
She did
I
it to
am
prevent your
Iron
soul from
Mask.
tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more
Okay,
than
the sense of
anything, she
pain thing
wanted
was
you to
never
survive.
like something that
And you did.
I think makes sense that's attached to that. Regardless, though, what hasn't been explained yet, right, is why his mind was gonna tear itself apart. Lisa. Alright, we're gonna save again. Because it's been a while. It's been a while! Should be like apples. Oh, a heavy treat. Ew! Alright, Ereviv. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to see you around. Hope you have a good one. See you next time. Words no good. I bad. What's with the vines? Heinrich Mielglas. Okay. Looking
This place.
a wee
We've
bit
seen
evil now.
this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course.
Alright, here we go.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving.
I'm
Come
Gucci. Or don't. Aha!
Naori.
What
Oh
is this?
shit.
Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
The game is doing a real, like, big
What we did back then.
explaining everything
Not so
that we
much as
witness
a day passes when I don't think
kind of
about it.
scenario.
About what was done to us.
Which is kind of weird because the writers
All in
have
the
not
name
been
of a
doing that up to this
ceremony.
point. Like,
The purpose of which we were never even
here or
told.
there, but like, it's like they've
The
suddenly
Sovereign.
gotten to this. We can't
They
let them be
linked Elfen's
confused. Let's
consciousness to
let's
Lenegis
explain
itself.
everything that they witness.
The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks.
Okay.
That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
But
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening.
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out.
aha,
All because of me.
she was the cause.
Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself.
Oh,
In
it's
which case, ironically enough,
it's
the
just
Renis Alma seemed
it's
to
just
be
the
my
entire.
best bet.
They gotta kill magic. Gotcha.
That at least would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy
Hey.
inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
My boy Obi.
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear.
Why did
Even
you-
if by doing so,
Just-
it meant I would be
just go-
passing the curse onto my descendants as well.
Okay, so this thing that you trapped inside you passes to your
Please,
children.
forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too.
Do you ever think of just not
that there
having
was
children
something more I
and then
could've done.
passing that curse off to no one?
Wait, you can't just...
This doesn't sound like a genetic curse. Just saying.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
Oh shit. Costume change. Oh fuck. It's legit just like, hey, you're Naori now.
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Do they?
Naori must have left them here
Do
for the
they
new Sovereign and
really?
Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
What?
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Is it? Is that what it means?
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
So,
We have a
dark
maiden
astral
sovereign.
energy basically became sentient, is trying to destroy everything,
we need
and
is the
we're
Renis
gonna
Alma.
try to trap it in the
We'll
Renis
finally be able
Alma
to free you of your thorns.
squash it, basically.
Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do.
All right.
We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
You don't have any other
I know
options,
it's
really.
too early to let myself feel relieved.
Like,
I
it's,
just can't seem to
you
help
have
it.
one choice. Well, I guess.
Just hearing there's the slightest chance.
Yeah.
Even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you.
So many
Naori
fucking
entrusted
questions.
us with the
Is
fate of all
Shion just
humanity.
Naori? Did she just
No.
like burn her memories out?
It's up to
Because
us
if
to
Shion
prove that
isn't
trust was
Naori,
well-placed.
how the fuck did Naori have kids? Right?
Starting with a little game.
Are they all
called
test tube
Hunt
babies?
The Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search for
Also,
Lenegis and Rena until we find
how did Naori or any of her
We can
descendants
protect the
die?
world and save Shion at the
Because
same time.
Shion's immortal.
I too shall lend my services.
Right?
My knowledge of Ren and
Like-
lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
I need more answers. I need more answers to this
Miracles
game's
just seem to follow
fucking
wherever you
question.
go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
My god. My god.
Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things.
I mean, you can still
that people
give
do
Law a
together.
smack. It's just gonna hurt
I
a
always wished I
lot.
could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like.
Say it.
Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Hey, the latest maiden. Revitalize, an advanced healing art that restores all allies' HP. 80 CP? Hot damn! Store CP at the end of a battle while the effects from cooking are active. Very cool. Sodile Arthalis. Sword given to the chosen sovereign that draws out all of their latent power so as to carry out these. Oh. Yeah, that's a pretty big increase. Damn, free sword. Who's this? Alright. Alright. A woman with no walls.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Fucking questions.
Not only that,
like, what is this
but she willingly
sovereign
stayed behind on
project
Lenegis
even
for the sake of her
exist
people.
for? Like,
It sounds like
Naori
she was quite
acts
the hero,
like
all right.
like the
A
thorns or
truly
whatever
caring person.
wasn't something
It's
that
as
they
if
were
walls
aware
meant
of. Like,
nothing
she
to
just
her.
discovered
The
it
one
while they
separating
were
the
doing
Renans
the
from
ceremony.
Danans, or
Well,
herself
why
from
were they
others.
doing the
She had
ceremony?
no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about
So many
that.
fucking questions that this game
You inherited that legacy.
does
A
not want to
wish for
answer.
the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
I hope she's the evil red woman. I hope. Beyond hope. I hope it with all my heart. Fucking go this way, I guess. On to the next location. Forgotten Zone Depths. Ooh.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
The depth.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the Wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
Aha!
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Nice. A good moment of levity right at that point. Because things have been kind of heavy for a wee bit. That is going to be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. That definitely looks like getting to some big stuff next time on Tales of Arise. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.